Welcome back, everybody, to Broken Boys. This is episode 245? 50? 45?
250.
250. Whoa!
250.
250. That's
Yeah.
crazy. This episode 250. I'm Colin.
And I'm Mike.
And today, we're doing our last artist analysis of the year on none other than the Icelandic Queen herself, Laufey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. Gonna be fun. Great series. Love it very much. But before that, how was your week, Michael?
Oh my gosh. Getting government
Official
named
one.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Week was fine. I don't really have too much to talk about again on my end. You know, it's just been week of it's just more Civ games and stuff at night and listening to albums during the week for my per hour, I should say, our year-end lists. That's what those are called. For those, getting ready for that. That won't be next episode, but it'll be a couple episodes after that. I don't know. We figured this out. Yeah. Um, but yeah. So doing a lot of that stuff. I did go to see Kill Bill earlier this week. The whole bloody affair, I think it was called. Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. Had you seen both those movies before?
I have seen both of them, but it's been a very long time since I've seen either one.
Yeah, that was kind of the same story with me, honestly. I think I may have seen the first one like a second time somewhat recently. But it definitely had been a while since I'd seen part two. But I guess for those not in the know, the whole bloody affair is both of them combined, plus a little bit of extra stuff in there. It's a little gorier in places too, because the original cut of the film had to be cut down so it could be rated R, I guess. So like that whole iconic black and white fight scene in the first one, that was in color. And I feel like it wasn't even really all that much more brutal. Like it was brutal for sure, but like it wasn't like, oh my god, I could see why they got rid of this or something like that. But it was good. I wasn't expecting to come out of the movie absolutely hating Paul Dano. But it was just subliminal messages all throughout. But no, it was really good though. It was only right about 4 hours.
Okay.
I realized afterwards, I think I might have missed the I don't know, whatever the fuck they were showing in Fortnite or something.
No, you missed the Fortnite.
I missed the Fortnite. Well, yeah, because it was my neighbor Andy. He was like, "Oh, don't miss the Fortnite thing at the end." I was like, "I don't want to see a fucking Fortnite thing." And then I kind of like looked into it afterwards, and like I guess it was its own thing that wasn't necessarily related to Fortnite. It was just
Yeah.
Fortnite decided to finish it or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like a part of the movie that Quentin Tarantino wanted to do but never could, or something. And then Fortnite was like, "We'll animate it."
Yeah.
And he was like, "All right." Is there feet in it?
But yeah. Oh, that was another thing. I forgot. This is I think this might be peak Tarantino foot fetish in this movie. There is a lot of feet in this movie. A lot of very close-ups of feet too. Poor Uma. But she did great throughout the whole thing. I'm saying this like it's a new movie that came out, but like she continues to do great in there. And it is really good seeing Tarantino films in theater in general. I think the only one I've seen in theater is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but you could kind of just tell, like, say what you will about that man and Paul Dano and feet and stuff like that, but he does have a genuine love for film, and the stuff just looks great and flows very smoothly on screen. Despite it being 4 hours, it felt very compact in a nice way. So
That's good.
yeah, Yeah, it was good. I'm still not like the biggest fan of Kill Bill 2, to be honest.
Mm.
I think there's some great stuff in it, but I don't know. I guess I don't quite get that like satisfying feeling from it. Um, but it's still a fun one. I think I liked it a little bit more
Mm.
in the context of the whole film. So yeah,
Yeah.
but that was kind of the main thing of my week. I mean, it was a a 4 hour excursion on one day.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I've been listening to Laufey and such. I listened to one thing this week because it was the highest rated of the week. It was an EP by Jane Remover, just called Heart. It was not. It was like a heart emoji kind of, but it's like a blank one. I don't know. I think it's one you can make on your keyboard or something. I don't
Okay.
know. But it was it was good though. I enjoyed it. It was a lot more like low key than her album from this year.
Mm.
Well, one of her albums from this year, the one that you and I both know. Um, but yeah, it was a little bit more low key and had some really nice songs on it that I enjoyed quite a bit. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything mind blowing, but it has something that makes me more interested in some of her stuff in the future,
Mm.
potentially. Um, but yeah, I think I was looking into it. I think that was her fourth project of the year that
Jesus.
she released. So she's been feeding she's been feeding her fans very well.
Mm.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. Trying to think if there's anything else like super significant to talk about. Um, I think that's kind of about it. I'll have Actually, no, I probably won't. I was gonna say I'll have some more stuff next week for family Christmas party stuff, but that'll be happening after we do the pod next week. So um,
Any
tune in. Oh, sorry, what's up?
any good Civ games? You have any fun Civ
Um,
games?
they're kind of blending together at this point.
Yeah, you guys been playing a lot, so.
We have been playing a lot. I mean, we've been kind of playing with a new mod now the last couple times. Honestly, since the last really big one that I talked about on here,
Mm.
I have been a little out of the Civ mood just because it's really hard to describe how defeating it is when you spend like I don't know how long those games usually last. I want to say like 5 to 6 hours, something like
Mm.
that. When you spend 5 to 6 hours like really strategizing, really getting into it, and getting so close to a win, and then just getting pummeled by shitty war mechanics in the last like 5 minutes, like
Mm.
it's a really I don't know.
Disheartening.
I don't want. Yeah, it's disheartening, and it just like it like kind of gets you out of the mood. Like, okay, well, if this is how every game ends, what's the
Yeah,
fucking
right.
point? Um, um, and I do sound a little bit like a sore loser when I say it like that, but like at the same
No.
time, it's just like it is. I don't know. It's kind of a core part of the game that I have come to terms with after that game, and I'm like, well. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Like I like building my Civ and I like chilling with my friends.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean,
I made. Mhm.
like those games, like they go, especially Daniel, go insanely hard for no reason,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like it's just somebody who's addicted to winning.
Yes, yes.
So it's
That's
like,
that's another factor in the yeah.
yeah. So it's just like the couple times I played with you guys, it was fun, but when it gets to a point where it's like, yeah, there's no even possible way of winning,
Yeah.
and the rest of this game is just me, I don't know, sending a scout out somewhere or getting nuked by Daniel or something. Like it's just
Yeah.
it takes the fun out of it and like makes you never want to play the game again.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. And our friend Lucian, he's been training hard. So
Mm.
he's kind of in some ways, not in others. He's becoming kind of like a mini Daniel.
Uh-oh.
And so it's like I don't know. It kind of there's a lot more war emphasis these days. I feel like, and I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? Um, There's another game where I was kind of like doing. I guess there was another one to talk about where I was kind of having a little bit of a surge, but like I knew from the beginning how it was going to end, because like I was sandwiched in between Lucian and Natalie, and both of them have war civs, and I had uh, a culture civ, which I mean, basically just to explain that is that a culture civ has pretty much no way of defending themselves. So I'm like, okay, well, if I ever start doing good in this game, I'm just gonna get double penetrated from both of them, um, and that's exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well, yeah. So I'm not in the hugest Civ mood at the moment, but I do enjoy just sitting and talking with my friends and listening to
Right.
music on my own end and stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of that though, you know.
Mm.
Um, nothing nothing else really too notable from moi. What about y'all?
Uh,
Toi?
yeah,
Toi?
moi week was alright.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
it's okay. Mostly just same old stuff.
Mm.
Just working, working like a
Oh,
dog.
hello.
Oh, they're after me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
The
yeah.
pound, because you're like a dog or something.
Oh yeah, I got that dog in me.
Yeah.
No, work was fine mostly. Had last Friday and Saturday off for Secret
Oh.
Santa stuff, so
Yes.
got to enjoy those days. But then came back on Sunday and the Grinch meals were gone, and I was like, "What?"
Whoa.
There
Short-lived
was,
Christmas.
and well, he stole it, and he,
Oh.
but we had a lot of that stuff, and I was like, "There's no way we got through that all in those couple days," and I was like, "What happened to all the Grinch stuff?" And our coworker was like, "Yeah, our manager said that we gave it to other stores in order to give this store a break, give us a break," and I was like, That's weird. Usually they don't
Yeah.
look out for the employees' well-being, but
Hmm.
have a Merry Christmas, I guess.
Yeah.
Happy holidays, if you will. And
If you must.
yes, and and I was like, okay, sick, dude. No Grinch meals, but that's awesome. It was just a normal Sunday after that. Kind of busy, but wasn't too bad from what I remember. Um, and then Monday rolls around, and we still don't have him. I'm like, okay, this is sticking. Had a lot of people asking for
Hmm.
him, didn't have him, and I was like, yeah, hell no, we don't. Get out of here. And a lot of people were just like, a lot of people,
Scram, you kids.
seriously, and a lot of people just like went, oh, okay, and left if we didn't have them. They're not that cool.
Yeah, I find it a little baffling the way you talk about these Grinch meals because I feel like I've never in the wild I haven't seen anything about it, and yet it
No,
sounds like there's this weird obsession with them.
anytime there is a limited time, like special meal for
Yeah,
anything, like the Minecraft meal was huge. The
right.
the last one didn't do great. It was like the McDonald Land, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
That one didn't
you're,
do great. We never ran out of the stuff for that, and the
you're
shakes
probably
stayed in our machine
yeah.
for months. So,
Oh my God, you're probably lucky you weren't working there during the Grimace Shake time.
oh yeah, no. I am still pissed at the time that we tried to do that whole bit, and they didn't have them,
Yeah.
and then I didn't get my refund. But
Oh my God, that's right. Yeah.
but and, I was like, cool, no Grinch meal. We're riding high right now. And Monday was
Hmm.
pretty slow. I was like, oh, this is just a precursor to when everybody's gone after this week. I'm like, this is sick, dude. We were pretty staffed. We were very slow, and I was like, this feels good. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
And Tuesday, hung out with Ricky Garrison and Max. We went out and just strolled around stores. I needed to get a new journal for the pod. I'm on my 4th one
Oh.
now.
Oh my gosh.
Which is kind of crazy.
Gotta start framing those.
Yeah, seriously. When I move out of here, I'll put them on display like a
little shrine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the Breach Boys picture book that you gave me.
Let's go.
But had to get one of those. So I got this like nice black one with there's like a indentation of a compass on the front of it. I was like,
no,
they didn't have like a lot of good options, but I was like, this one's a similar size to my other ones and has the date markers on top because I like to date all these to look back and see, oh, what episode was this? So I got that, and then we caught a Pokemon restock at Target. Oop, they're back again. Which I haven't seen Pokemon cards at Target since I don't know, since like 2021. I feel because that's when like people were really getting back into it. Like everybody was streaming themselves opening Pokemon cards and everything, and I went there and got a couple packs back then. But since then, I feel like it's been pretty barren, and we were just like strolling around. We found like these big packs that have like the promo cards and the big card and like 10 packs, and I was like, cool. I mean, I was like, that's $50, and I don't really want to spend $50 right now. But Max was like, Christmas, and I was like, okay. So got that waiting for me, and then
nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because I was only briefly into Pokemon cards when I was younger. And I only remember getting them from Target. So it's kind of, if I were to pick some up nowadays, I would have gone to Target. I didn't know that was like
I mean, they have a
shortage or something.
They have a big cards section like right up front, but but for some reason, just whenever I've been there, they just haven't had much to look at. Walmart's usually where I'd see stock. But even then, it's hit or miss. But Target was cool. They had some good vinyl options. They had Chromacopia. I was like, oh, that's the first time seeing that in a while. Then Max was like, Christmas, and I was like, okay. So she gave that to me early, so I have that. But
she's in the Christmas spirit right now.
Yeah, like. Seriously. But something I saw there that I hadn't seen before, they have these, they have this new thing called like teeny vinyls or something. And they're pretty much just 45s. They have one song on each side, but they're like super small little vinyls that you can throw on.
Like how small we talk about? Like a nickel?
No, like half the size of a 45. If you've seen a 45.
So a 22.5.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's like the size of a donut, a normal donut, I would say. And it was like, that's pretty cool. They had a couple options. They had like a bunch of options. They had like Cat's Eye. They had a Chapel Roan one with Naked in Manhattan and Pink Pony Club. They had Noah Khan. And like the art on all this stuff is like pretty cool. Mostly just album covers, but they had like K-pop Demon Hunters, like a little special artwork on it and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's a fun idea. Like, it's kind of stupid a little bit, but it's fun. It's fun. And I saw that was kind of cool. And then we roamed around like Sam's Club and a couple Walmarts and stuff, just roaming around. Got some Sam's Club lunch at their little eatery in there with like
some Sam's Club Sammys.
Well, I got a hot dog, so if you consider a hot dog a sandwich, then sure. But a Sam's Club hot dog and some pizza and an icy, and it was like $3 for all that. So, it's Costco and Sam's Club got that cheap food, and it's pretty good for the price, I would say.
Nice.
Yeah. And Tuesday was fine, but then I walk into work on Wednesday, and we still don't have. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah. No. Monday, I asked my GM. I was like, "Did you make the decision to get rid of the Grinch meal?" And cause I was
Who
like,
was it?
I was like, I gotta kiss this man if he did this for us. And he was like, "No, I actually asked them to let us have more because because they gave our stock away." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, so it wasn't you." But he's like, "No, we gave it to other stores because their sales were low." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I should have figured that you weren't the one looking out for us."
Yeah.
But then on Wednesday, I come in and Sunday, the like placards and stuff for the Grinch meal were down, like the promotional stuff was taken down, and that's how I knew like, oh, maybe we don't have it anymore. But then on Wednesday, I walk in and one of the promotional things is back up, and I'm like, oh dear God.
Yeah, there was a scent of a dill pickle in the air.
Yeah, seriously. I fucking, and I was like, oh God, fuck, Jesus.
Yeah.
And I walked in, and lo and behold, the boxes were to my right, and I was like, no. So we had those again. And boy, I don't know what happened on Monday and why there weren't so many people there, but Wednesday we got fucked, dude. I don't know.
Oh no.
I don't know what happened. I guess.
Oh, you know what? It was probably like, I think that's kind of like a big finals day, the Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe,
because I think
maybe
that was
that's,
probably a lot of people were probably celebrating with a Grinch meal after their.
Yeah, no.
Nothing.
Yeah, it was Grinch meal on Grinch meal, and then we ran out of the salt.
Oh
So
no!
all people were getting were the socks.
There's socks as part of the meal.
Yes. You get the Grinch
the
salt,
hell?
which is like a dill pickle seasoning, and then there's
Yeah.
the collectible thing inside is the socks.
Oh, I
Which-
forgot about that part.
Yeah. So it was a cool, cool looking box. Had the Grinch on it, some cool, design to
Yeah.
it. But all people cared about was the socks. So whenever I had to like be like, "Hey, we don't have the salt anymore," they'd be like, "Oh, I don't care." Like, and
You know what? This makes a little bit more sense now. I thought it was all just like the Grinch dill pickle salt.
Yeah.
Like people were going after that, and that's why it was so popular. There being like apparel inside, I guess, makes more sense as to why, especially college kids are,
Yeah. Like
so into it.
I get it. I get the aspect of a collectible thing, but
Yeah.
not worth like $15. I wouldn't say.
Right.
Because even like without the salt, we're still charging full price for the Grinch meal, so it's still like $15 whether you're getting the salt or not. And just like, oh my God, it was just all day, and it was so cold that day too. And I got thrown in the back, and just the wind. Just cold wind, like super cold wind hitting my face and making my eyes water, and like
Awesome.
people with their only paying in cash, so I had to open the window all the way to give them their change. And also like whenever the drawer was open and the window was open, the money would just start flying out. And it's like, God damn, I hate you people. So yeah, Wednesday wasn't great, and then Thursday it was fine. We still had the Grinch meal, but yesterday we ran out of the boxes, so we didn't have the box or the salt. We just had the socks, and still, people were like, "Yeah, I don't care." So, I was like, "Yippee!" But the main attraction of yesterday, there was, I took this order. This woman had a mobile order for a free McChicken in the app, and I was like, okay. And she was like, "Can you tell them to put extra mayo and pickles on that?" And I was like, "Those are both free options. You could have done that in the app, but sure, I'll ask them." So they did, and she got it. And then like 10 minutes later, this woman pulls up to the window.
Oh no!
I didn't see. I didn't see what she looked like originally, but it was the woman that had the McChicken with the pickle and the extra mayo, and she pulls up to the window and she's like, "This isn't fresh. I want it fresh." Mind you, it was like 5-10 minutes after the fact that she got her sandwich already, and she's like, "I want it fresh." And you know, our coworker Kayla was in the window, and she was like, "Okay, well, you got to pull to the first spot and wait for a fresh chicken." And she was like, "No, I'm waiting right here. I'm waiting right here."
Oh my God.
And I was like, and so I'm overhearing this, and I'm like, what's going on over here? And Kayla was like, "No, you got to go over there. It takes a few minutes to make the fresh McChicken. We have to drop it and everything." She's like, "No, I'm waiting right here." And I'm like, "You can go over there. You can get a refund." And she's like, "I didn't even pay for it." And I was like, "Well, then you have no right to complain." And she's like, "Yes, I do." And while this is happening, the manager that's there is just in the office doing something. So we're just like, Kayla's yelling at her. She's trying to help, and like she's handed her like 3 McChickens at this point to like, you know, to satisfy her. But every time she's like, "No, this is
her."
Yeah, like this isn't fresh. This isn't what I want. You're not giving me what I want." And Kayla's like, "Yes, I am. Get out of our line. Like you're holding up the entire line. It's down to the street at this point." And
oh my God.
And finally our manager comes up, and she's, you know, it's like, "How you doing? Like, what can I do for you?" Yada yada. And she's like, she's telling her whole spiel, and our manager's like, "Okay, well, I'll get you a side of pickle and a side of mayo and a new McChicken, and you can be on your way." And she's like, "No, I'm not going anywhere. I need a fresh McChicken." And I was like, and when I had told her that she didn't have she could get a refund, or she could pull, or she could get a refund, I was like, "It takes like 4 minutes for fresh McChicken." She's like, "You have it back there right now." And I was like, "How would you know that? We've tried giving you the freshest ones we have. If you want to wait for a real fresh one, you gotta deliver a spot and wait." And she just wouldn't take that for an answer. And, you know, our manager just like sat there and like yelled back and forth with her for a while. The people in line were getting antsy, and like coming in and getting mad at us. And I was like, "I don't know if you like," I went out to bring something out to somebody, or to take a picture of the woman's license plate. And because like finally our manager ended up calling the cops after like 10 minutes of arguing. But I passed somebody on the way there. She's like, had her arms crossed and was like, "I'm waiting on this food." And I'm like, I don't know if you noticed the woman not moving from the window or not. She's like, "Yeah, I did." And I was like, "Well, that's why you don't have your food." And they just kept arguing back and forth. The woman in the car was like, just yelling at people on the other side, because at some point we just decided to bring the food out to the people behind, like have them pull around her, and we bring the food out to them while she doesn't move.
Wow.
I took the order of this lady in line. She's like, "Can I get a large coffee with 10 cream?" And I was like, she was like, "Can I get a fresh pot?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, there's this woman who won't move because of McChicken, so you're gonna have plenty of time for a fresh pot of coffee." And she's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry." I was like, "No, it's not your fault." And one of the people Max went to take food out to was like yelling at the lady, and the person in the car that Max was taking the food out to was like, "You're stupid." And and the lady was like, "Your mama's stupid." Like, "No, I'm not."
Sorry, what'd you say?
The lady in the car was like, "Your mama's stupid." And Max didn't hear the first part, so she looked at the lady in the car and was like, "Me?" And the lady in the car was like, "Oh no, not you, baby." So, I don't like bipolar, I don't know, something, but like just, oh my God, absolute nonsense. It took like 15 minutes for her to get the fuck out of the line. And she just like waited until she had eaten the McChicken to like finish that and then leave.
Wait, so she sat there and ate it too?
She sat there, ate it, and just yelled at our manager and Kayla in the window.
Wow.
While she was eating McChicken and just holding up the entire line, because the free McChicken that she didn't pay for wasn't to her specific liking. So that was super cool.
Yeah, That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
That's what I want to be doing on a cold Wednesday.
Oh yeah. Hmm. No, it was great. I had a great time.
Yeah. Mhm.
And like that was like an hour and a half into my shift, if even that.
Yeah.
And like after the whole ordeal, I was like, oh, that must have taken up a good chunk of time. And I looked at the clock; it was only like 11:35, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh. But otherwise, yesterday went smooth. Past
Yeah.
that point, so um, that's all the excitement for work, really. Hoping for the Grinch meals to be gone completely soon.
Yeah.
But otherwise, people should be gone momentarily, and
Yeah.
it should be slower and more calm for the next month or so. And then
I hope
otherwise,
so for you.
yeah. Otherwise, Max and I watched the first Jujutsu Kaisen movie.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Is that the one
because
that must not be the one that recently came out if you're saying it's the first one?
no, it came out a few
Yeah.
years ago, but um, it's like you watch the first season and then you have to watch this, and then it leads into the second season. So
Okay.
um,
Gotcha. Yeah.
yeah, and it was good. The main character, the voice actor was very annoying,
Mm.
but the action was good. The animation was great. Gojo is still a badass. But it was fun. It was a good thing. I like I've mentioned before, I'm not like the biggest anime person, but Jujutsu Kaisen is like pretty interesting and the action's really good, so it keeps me locked in. Um,
Cool.
yeah, so that's good. Also, I got my separate Breach CD from the box set, so I could have that lined up with all my other 21 Pilots CDs.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a freak.
Hmm.
And uh, otherwise, I've been watching something that's very near and dear to your heart this
Oh.
week. You've mentioned it many times. I've wanted to go and seek it out, but I always forgot the name of it, and then I was like, "What is the name of it?" It's probably on his YouTube Wrapped, and he sent that into the chat like
Oh.
a week ago,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, "Oh, it's Jet Lagged."
Hell yeah.
So I went there and I watched the most recent tag series that they had
Yeah.
that it done, and it was really fun. I had a good time with it. It's very like very you coded. I could see why you enjoy this very much based on just like your GeoGuessr kind
Yeah.
of kind of brain.
Yeah.
But the just like seeing these people go and like find these random trains to get across the countries of Europe to escape one
Hmm.
another is really cool and interesting. And I finished that and I started watching another tag series where it's just Sam, Ben, and Adam. Uh,
Yes. Yeah.
but that it's fun. I like it a lot. It took me a while to get to it finally, but it's
Hell yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I really enjoy watching that. I think they're just really well produced videos.
Hmm.
And they, depending on the series, there's can be a lot of like genuine like tension and shit too, and
Hmm.
stakes in them. Um, the I would recommend I think the hide and seek across Japan. I think that's one of
Hmm.
my favorites. I would recommend that one next. If it piques your interest. But yeah, no,
Hmm.
that's sick as hell. I'm really enjoying whenever I watch their stuff. So
Yeah.
that's cool. I'm glad someone else is getting into it finally.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been good, and that's taken
Yeah.
up a lot of my screen time this week.
Yes. Yeah. They're long episodes.
Yeah, but it's good. And other than that, I watched the first episode of the new season of Percy Jackson and the Olympians that
Oh
started.
gosh. Yeah.
Um, and boy, I really don't remember much of what happens in the second book in that series, but
Yeah.
it's just as well done as the first season was thus far. So
It's cool.
Interested to keep watching that. It's good stuff. Yeah, but it's basically my week. Just been playing Ghost of Yotei, and I'm a little tired this morning because I was looking into the Discord server to play some games with people, but you were busy with something, and then Daniel said something about Risk, but I was like, I would play, but I thought about it, and I was like, is it really going to be fun?
Risk. I will say, if you do end up joining us for a Risk game, it's a little more fun than a Civ type thing. 'Cause, like, from the get go, it's like we're all there's tensions from the get go of war and like going against each other. So like it's easier to strategize against that when you're not like focused on other shit.
Yeah.
Okay. But
yeah, I mean, I would play it, but like when it comes, I like Daniel and Natalie and the other few, but it's a better buffer for me to have you or I like Vanessa or Erica even there. So I was like, I'll just next time maybe. And Erica messaged me. I was like, "So you're looking to play games?" She's like, "I'll play something." I was like, "All right." So we played Overwatch until about 2 a.m. and
nice.
Yeah, it was a good time. Lost a lot of games, but Overwatch is it's a fun time. I don't think it's nearly as peak as it was when it first came out, but it's still fun at times when you don't have one of your teammates just absolutely throwing the game.
Don't talk about Erica like that.
No, I'm talking about myself, but
yeah.
Erica's got too many hours on that game to be throwing.
I know.
But it was fun. I had a good time, but I'm a wee sleepy this morning.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
truth be told, I was kind of slacking with other stuff yesterday, and like I was like, I need to listen to a lot of albums for the 2025 roundup, and then like I was like, oh wait, but the Pluribus episode comes out today, so I watched that first, and then by the time that was done, like you were asking for games, I was like, oh. I was like, I'm gonna play RuneScape and listen to albums. Not elaborate further.
No, I get it. I get it. I saw RuneLight and you listening to Little Sims, and I was like,
yeah,
that's fair. That's
you figured that out.
That's fair. I do need to get onto listening albums, but Max Sweat hung out with Ricky and Ashley last night, and I was like, well, I'm alone and bored, so
I think I listened to like 3 last night, so I was productive in that sense.
But basically my week up to this point. Now I'm just recording a podcast with my best friend, so
breaking the fourth wall there, kind of.
Little meta joke for you guys. But in do you have any music news? I don't really have.
I was bad. I didn't really write anything down. I don't think I have any music news. It's kind of the end of the year. There's not really too much happening. I don't have any music news, but in other media, like I said, the new Percy Jackson season started.
The trailer for Supergirl came out yesterday, I think. And that looks interesting. Millie Alcock is, I feel like she's gonna be a fun Supergirl. Jason Momoa's Lobo, and he's like a fun.
Say that one more time. Jason Momoa is what?
Is Lobo?
Jason Momoa is Lobo.
Jason Momoa Lobo. And
okay.
Yeah, he's a character called Lobo, and he's like a space motorcycle riding bounty hunter, I think.
Okay.
And he's like crude and rude and other adjectives. And he's wanted to play that character for a long time, and I'm interested in seeing that. But
Okay.
I'll watch it. I liked Superman a lot, so I'm interested to see how the rest of the DCU continues. And then Kim Kardashian is getting Fortnite skins for some reason.
Yep, I saw that.
That's gross.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the appeal is or who's going to be wearing those skins, but yeah.
I saw that they have an emote in reference to the picture that broke the internet or whatever
Oh.
back in 2017 or whatever, and like I saw it on Reddit, and someone like said like nude photos are now canon to Fortnite. I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Playboy Cardi also has a skin in Fortnite now, so
yeah, more great people.
yeah,
Yeah,
seriously. And Harry Potter skins are on the way. Uh,
yeah.
so
I saw one photo of that as well. I guess I saw more about the Fortnite stuff than I realized. But it was just like some random ass dude or whatever that they that they used to promo it or something. And people are thinking we aren't getting like any of the main characters. It's just gonna be like Hogwarts Legacy people or some shit like that. But I don't know. We'll
I
see.
hope that's not the case.
I hope not either. That would be extremely lame.
Yeah. Um, and then another, a big Monopoly news, not the board game, but world people.
Big Monopoly news.
Big Monopoly news. Netflix has acquired Warner Brothers for $82 billion. So,
Wow.
just, real cool stuff. It's just further signifying the death of movie theaters.
Yeah.
Which I hope doesn't come
82
anytime soon. But
Yeah, me neither. 82 billion is definitely a number that I can fathom and have an appropriate reaction to.
yeah, no, it's it's a perfectly reasonable amount of money for
Yeah.
a powerhouse in the world of movies and entertainment.
Yeah.
Um,
It is it is a little interesting that you use the word monopoly though, because I feel like streaming is kind of notoriously not monopolized at the moment.
well, I mean, with the acquisition of a media giant like Warner Brothers, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Netflix is getting closer to being a monopoly, I guess, because that's
I guess.
Warner Brothers has
Dis-
like HBO and Paramount and
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't realize they owned those two. Oh, that's actually that is pretty huge. Yeah,
yeah,
Disney is definitely another big one
oh
there
yeah,
though. So
yeah,
I don't know. Well, isn't there a duopoly? Isn't that a thing?
something.
I don't remember. I took econ. I forgot
Yeah,
though.
I hated econ both times.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's fun. And then the Game Awards happened last night, and pretty
Oh,
ass this year.
no 21 Pilots performances.
No, there was Evanescence, which was fun,
Oh,
but it didn't really live up to the performance of the Lion, which was great and
right.
iconic last year. Though
Right
this
after
year,
David's performance,
yeah,
of
I was
course.
gonna say. I don't think Amy Lee has killed anybody, so that's
Yeah.
that's so that's good at least. But the Claire Obscure Expedition 33 swept,
Mhm.
winning 9 out of the 11 awards it was nominated for. Which great game. I'm happy to see an indie game win big, especially Game of the Year. But
Yeah.
I don't think it should have won that many things.
Yeah.
I understand it winning Game of the Year. It was huge. People love it. Narrative, sure. But Ghost of Yotei was snubbed from even a nomination for Game of the Year, which I feel is weird. Like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was up there. And I hadn't heard anybody talk about that game. So
Mhm.
I was just like, at least a nomination. It was cool to see like Hades 2 and Hollow Knight Silk Song. It was the first year where half of the Game of the Year nominees were indie games, which is, it's very cool.
Yeah.
But the announcements were also kind of ass cheeks, especially the last one. It was just a generic hero shooter,
Mm.
live service hero shooter, which, we don't need any more of those. But Jeff Keighley, the creator and the host of the Game Awards, was like, and this is the biggest. I love this game, and you're gonna love it too. This is the last announcement of the night, and it's gonna be worth it. And then it was just, a hero shooter, and I was like, Jeff, last year you showed off Naughty Dog's Intergalactic. Like that's a final show. Like that's a final thing to show. This is not at all.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how much power he has with like, placing things where they are, whether it's like money based, what the companies pay for their thing to be placed at. But the other announcements are okay. There's a new Knights of the Old Republic game, Star Wars game coming out at some point, which was the first thing that they showed on the main show. And Leon Kennedy is back in the newest Resident Evil, which is very cool. I like Leon Kennedy. And then the company that made Baldur's Gate 3, Larian Studios, has a new game coming out, and the trailer for that was fucking beautiful. Like just amazing like CG animation with like terrible, disgusting body horror, but it was so cool. And it's for a game series that I've never heard of called Divinity. But they promised it to be their biggest game ever. So, and Baldur's Gate 3 was also already fucking huge. So, that's
might have to peep that trailer.
I would recommend it. It is very gross, but it is very cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, like like I said, I'm happy to see Claire Obscure win plenty. But I don't think it should have won as many. And also, Dispatch was robbed, and Ghost of Yote was robbed, and but pretty mid game awards, I would say, this year.
Damn.
But yeah, that's okay. I was also hoping for another trailer for like Wolverine and maybe something for GTA 6, something.
Yeah.
But neither of those things happened, and that's what happens when you get your hopes up for things. But it's
you can only be let down.
Exactly. But
so what's the lesson we learn? Don't get your hopes
never
up
watch
for
the
anything.
Game Awards again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all the news I have, I think. So.
Yeah. I don't have anything else either.
Well, like I mentioned at the top of the episode, it's Artist Analysis Week, last one of the year. You want to explain what Artist Analysis is, Mike?
Of course. Artist Analysis is a series that we do pretty much every 5 episodes. We had a couple things happen this year, I guess. But it's a series where we analyze an artist. I don't know why I always say it like that. And we go through all of their studio albums and talk about them one by one, and talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, and all that kind of stuff. This week, as you can tell from the title and from the very beginning of the video, we're gonna be talking about Laufey, Miss Laufey of jazz fame. I feel like this is one of the most it was. I feel like this is like one of the freshest artists that we've done. Because it was a little weird for me putting down the first album, and it was from 2022.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. I feel like we haven't done something this new, I guess, yet.
Yeah, I don't think so either. This is like, for Laufey's whole discography to be within the last 5 years is
Last 3 years.
Yeah. It's kind of wild. So
yeah,
especially to see where she is now. Like, she's she's big. So
yeah, she bet big. That's kind of that. Uh, I don't really have a preference going first or second. What do you want to do? You want to go?
I can go. Sure.
Okay.
Because I had never heard of I'd never heard the first
Oh,
record before. So,
yes.
um,
I should say I have heard all of these records before.
yes, and
But
I've heard Bewitched and A Matter of Time, but this is my first time with her first record. Everything I Know About Love from 2022.
mhm.
And I say, Everything I Know About Love by Laufey, more like Hopeless Romance by Hopeless Romantic. Um,
I feel like you can say the joke for all three of these albums.
that is true. Yeah. Uh, I said this is what this is about what I expected for a debut from Leve. However, uh, why did I say however there? Largely similar to her other two projects, but with room for refinement and techniques that stayed here instead of moving forward in her discography. Leve sounds fantastic, of course, but scats a good bit in a few in lieu of extra lyrics, or maybe just as a style choice, I guess. Either way, it wasn't huge on the scatting moments throughout a good few of these tracks. Just it happens again further, in a couple of tracks in the future. But I felt like a good few of the songs on this record were just like ba da boo 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 la da da da. I was like,
Yeah.
all right. um, but there's also use of more electronic elements, which we don't really see nowadays. For a good reason, in my opinion, but they weren't awful. This
Mhm.
project is a little bloated to me, though, and a lot of it goes over the same points over and over. Gets a little samey, but where it's good, it's very good. Yeah, just like it could have been like a couple tracks shorter. I felt like a lot of it was just like I fall in love too quick. I fall in love too quick, and I got my heart
Yeah.
broken, and I've never been in love, and
I,
and
I, I will I will say, not to interrupt you, sorry.
uh,
But the version that's on Spotify is the deluxe version, but it's not marked
uh,
as so. So I think there's like three extra tracks on the end of it. I didn't
uh,
know that until this artist analysis, because I looked at album of the year. I was like, oh, there's three tracks missing from there. So that might possibly explain, could be cut down a little bit, but
yeah, that might be it.
yeah.
But yeah, otherwise good debut, and it's about what I expected. Just a couple room for improvement that we get later down the line, but I liked it, and my favorites were "Dear Soulmate," which you had a song of the week when you
Mhm.
first listened to this, or maybe not when you first listened, but
I probably.
"Slow Down," "I've Never Been in Love Before," "Valentine," "Fragile," "High," and "Above the Chinese Restaurant." And my least favorites were "What Will Love Do to You," and "What Will Love Do to You," "Dance with You Tonight," and "Nightlight." And I give it a solid 7 overall.
Cool. Yeah, everything I know about love from 2022. Um, Leve's debut is a really nice display of her style going forth. Not only do we get those richly gorgeous vocals right out the gate, but we also get her signature hopeless romantic lyrics on just about every single song here. I'm honestly not all that crazy about how much that writing style in particular is emphasized on here. But in her defense, she was in her early 20s writing this project,
Mm.
and all of those feelings about longing for love and a time gone by are totally understandable, and painfully relatable at points, too, of course. But honestly, that youthful vibe is generally endearing on a lot of this record, especially with how Leve explores her sound on this one. Just kind of finding her footing a little bit. There's a real bedroom pop vibe to a lot of this project. Like it's just a girl and her guitar with some extra production moments. But the mixing in of jazz rhythms and chord progressions, it brings out like a unique character to her sound. Someone who is simultaneously classically trained, a performer of jazz, and a genuine lover of pop structures. And given that description, of fucking course, I love her music and love some of the stuff on this project. This project shows all those elements in like their purest college project form. And while the production and instrumentation generally sounds great on here, I do think The songs themselves can be a little bit forgettable. This is probably like my fourth time ever spinning this record, and I still felt like I was hearing some of these songs for the very first time. So there's definitely something to be said about how low key the project feels, though. But it can also be a little bit too over the place, and like you said, a little bit bloated. And as a result, it kind of lacks a little bit of an identity, I feel like. But that's not to diminish how great the highs of this album are. Despite its flaws, I think it's a really great first step into the music world, and one that's just really nice to revisit from time to time. My favorites on here are Dear Soulmate, Valentine, Fragile, Just Like Chet, and Falling Behind. And my least favorites are Dance With You Tonight, I've Never Been in Love Before, Above the Chinese Restaurant, and Nightlight. And overall, I gave it a decent 7 as well. So, nice. Yeah. I guess I didn't really notice all the scatting.
Yeah, I don't know why that's what I picked out of it. When I was listening to this, I was playing Power Wash Simulator and just like I was listening and I was paying attention, but the moments that really stood out for me on this record were just when she was like, "Is ba-ba-da-da-ba-boo-ba-da," and I was like, okay, like there could have been more lyric work.
I guess by the time I had listened to this, I like pretty much saw her as like kind of a jazz artist. So like I was like, yeah, that makes sense. It just kind of clicks for me.
It makes sense for the jazz aspect, but it was just like, I don't know. I felt like there could have been more lyrical.
You're not a scat man.
No.
That's okay. Anyways, we move on to Bewitched from 2023. For me, Bewitched takes everything about her debut and just outdoes it tenfold. It focuses in on the tender moments and pairs it with extremely lush production. Like seriously, the organic instrumentation on here sounds incredible. Like it's truly Laufey on stage in front of a live orchestra. And God, her vocals are somehow even better. I adore how intimate her performances are on here. Like she latches onto every word in like the best ways. And to top it off even further, the songs themselves are just so much stronger on here. The melodies are all catchy and beautiful. The orchestration is gorgeously arranged. And her signature jazzy song progressions are emphasized even further in the best of ways. And yeah, it can still get caught up in the hopeless romantic lyrics at points. But I don't know, man. Something about this production style helps the somewhat quote-unquote cringe lyrics come across as more earnest to me. Just having it be more intimate and just rich and stuff like that. It makes me feel it a lot more. This is one of those records that's a little hard to put into words exactly why I adore it so much. But I just really think it's a beautiful journey from start to finish. And the best parts about Laufey's sound and character are presented on here. And I think it's done in a very satisfying way. And I love listening to this album. My favorites on here are Promise, From the Start, Dreamer, Lovesick, Second Best, and Bewitched. And my least favorites are Serendipity and California and Me. And overall, I gave it a light 9.
Nice. Yeah. Bewitched. Yeah, I have. In the past, I have had holdups with like albums releasing one year after the other. I always think that it's kind of, it doesn't really give itself to much evolution for the artists and like what they can do, but time and time again I'm just proven wrong, and this is one of the examples of that, because I'm just continue to be shown how good these records that come right after the other can be. Where her debut felt like a debut, Laufey here feels like an absolute veteran who has mastered her craft. While the songs feel similar on a base level on Bewitched, she talks on different aspects of love, her own problems with it, and sounds amazing while singing these spectacular lyrics. The trad / jazz / chamber pop production and instrumentals made me nostalgic for a time where not even my parents were alive, and Laufey's voice just further transports me back to that time period. Promise is the best song in her discography right now, and puts me in tears the instant it starts. Absolutely beautiful
Yeah.
sophomore album from the Queen. Yeah, there's just honestly through a lot of her discography, I was just getting teary eyed because her voice and her lyrics are so full of emotion,
Yeah.
and just so like in a way they can be seen as like I can see people going like, oh, it's just a generic way of looking at love, but the way she sings really it really makes it seem like the most personal thing someone could be talking about in
Yeah.
terms of
No, I
these
completely agree.
relationships, and just like especially Promise, like that shit just gets the waterworks going every time. I don't know what it is.
Pro- Promise made me tear up on this. Listen to. Don't. I'm in solidarity with you,
Hell
man.
yeah, great song, love it a lot. But
Yeah.
Bewitched, yeah, there's just like you said, it's hard to put into words why I like this one so much. But even since like the first time I listened to it, it just like instantly captured me with her like just fantastic vocals, and the instrumentals on all like the the pianos and the violins and everything. The song with the orchestra, the Philharmonic Orchestra or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like her with an orchestra is just a weapon to be reckoned with, and she's just fantastic and does that super well and just fits into that time period where it was just you just look back at old movies and it's like this woman singing in a club with smoke in the air, and it's like, damn, that's the most beautiful thing in the world.
Yeah. I want to smell cigarette smoke there.
Yes. But my favorites for this one are Promise, Letter to My 13-Year-Old Self, which is a super sweet track, just talking, it's a letter to her 13-year-old self and just like
Yeah.
wanting to lift
Yeah, it's a
herself
good
up.
one.
It's great. I love it. Haunted, Bewitched, Lovesick, From the Start, and Must Be Love. My least favorite was Serendipity, and I gave it a decent 9 overall.
Yeah, completely fair. Yeah, it's a great record. One that stayed in my rotation since I think I think I listened to it when it like came out, or like a week after it came out or something.
Yeah.
So
winner of the 2023 album of the year BrokeN Awards. So
hell yeah, it was. I mean, that's the highest honor you can get.
seriously.
And I hate to interrupt our Laufey session right now, but there is some world news that I'm getting in my right ear that I was pinged for on Discord. Apparently, Peak is having a concert for BB No Money this weekend. So
What?
I saw I got a notification. I was like, why did I get a notification in the Peak server? Like BB No Money Peak concert. I was like, what the hell?
Fuck Fortnite Festival.
Yeah.
This is truly
like
Peak.
Here, I'll send a little screenshot of the little guy that they made for him. But they have BB No Money peakified as well. Here he is.
Holy
right
shit.
under Sue Storm.
Wow, I mean, if I can't look like Baby No Money after this, I'm gonna be pissed.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That's great world news. I'm glad you interrupted
Yeah,
our Laufey session.
Yeah, needed to be shared with the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Trump's dead, World War III, what's gonna be?
Yeah. I guess that was music news this week too. I forgot about BB No Money got like 1 million likes on a post where he said if he got 1 million likes on it, he will stop making music. I don't think that's gonna happen, but
no. Maybe I'll make him rethink his
maybe
his style. But anyway, back to the matter at hand. It's a matter of time in 2025.
Yeah.
Her last and most recent album, on release, I really enjoyed this album. That hasn't changed, but I can recognize that some of the tracks are a little bland and a tad bit derivative. What I will say, though, is Laufey sounds the best here than I think she has. at some points, really playing in that lower register. Uh,
Mm.
her she's got a very low singing voice a lot of the time, and
Yeah.
it's just fantastic. It sounds so good.
Yeah.
uh, Across this record and sounding amazing while doing so. The production and instrumentals still sound great, and even delve into some pretty different stylings than what we've become accustomed to, including some country slash folk and clean air, and even jump scare slash horror and sabotage. That the like I knew it was coming in that last track and it caught me by surprise in the on the first listen. I wasn't expecting that kind of the big explosion of strings at halfway through or whatever, but I was expecting it, but it still surprised me and got me to jump a little bit when I was listening to it yesterday morning. um I think the songwriting most of the time is at a high, but others kind of are kind of weak, namely Castle in Hollywood. But overall, A Matter of Time is, a great album, if not just a small step down from Bewitched. Yeah, like I like a lot of the stuff. There's a lot more. I feel like confidence in love on this one compared to the last couple, but still a lot of like hopeless romance and just like not knowing how to be in love, but realizing that she's also kind of a problem in her love life. So, it's just, it's growth, but still mostly talking on the same things that she's been speaking on in the last couple, which is okay because she does a good job of it. But my favorites were Silver Lining, Lover Girl, Snow White, Too Little Too Late, Tough Luck, Clean Air, and A Cautionary Tale. And my least favorite was Castle in Hollywood. I give this one a solid 8 overall.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matter of Time 2025. I've had an interesting internal journey with this record throughout the year. I've gone from being pretty disappointed to it to gradually warming up towards some of the deeper cuts, and even doing a complete 180 on some songs in both directions. It's a little bit hectic, but now that it's had some time to sit and the weather outside is fit for the Laufey vibe, being that's a comment you made, I think when the album came out, that has stuck with me. And it's like, now that we're in winter, it's like, yeah, Laufey should be releasing albums in late fall and winter. But yes, now that the weather is fit for her vibe, I can appreciate the presentation of this record while still being maybe just ever so slightly wary about her direction going forth. I've described this album like this a few times, but it's something I still hold true to. This record this record in particular sounds like what you would get if Taylor Swift went to Berklee School of Music. And I know the current public opinion on Taylor Swift is low at the moment, but I don't necessarily mean this comparison in a bad way, because I fuck with some Swift. Some Folklore, Evermore, hell yeah, love that shit. But I do find this poppier, mainstream-focused version of Laufey's sound to kind of take away from that earnestness that I loved on Bewitched. It's definitely still present on some tracks like Snow White or even like Too Little Too Late. But on certain tracks like A Cautionary Tale or even Tough Luck, they have like a slightly artificial feel to them that just, it's a little disappointing to me. It doesn't quite feel entirely her thing, and it doesn't have that authenticity to it for me. It's present throughout a lot of the record, to be honest, but some songs are easier to look past than others. But like I said, I have warmed up more towards the project because while the poppy elements are definitely here, this is simultaneously Laufey's most adventurous project to date, which you were kind of touched on too. We get those folklore vibes on A Cautionary Tale, a straight-up experimental cut on Sabotage, Laufey serving up some country vibes on Clean Air, and orchestral interludes, guitar ballads, and all the other sounds that she's been previously known for. And while I have mixed reactions to some of these tracks, the ambition is pretty cool to see, and it leads to some unlikely favorites for me on here. The orchestration is also a little more creative across the board on this one, with some fun arrangements on tracks like Lover Girl. It's like, it's not like stereotypically orchestrated song. Like there's a lot of fun parts in there. And I did prefer the richly intimate production on the previous record, but I still really enjoy what's here, and it helps her stand out amongst the pop girlies nowadays. So yeah, a lot of thoughts on this one, but overall I enjoyed the project quite a bit, even if I don't always love the direction of it. My favorites on here are Silver Lining, Lover Girl, Mr. Eclectic, Snow White, Forget Me Not, and Clean Air. And my least favorites are Castle in Hollywood, Sabotage, A Cautionary Tale, and Tough Luck. And overall, I gave it a strong 7.
Nice. Fair,
Cool.
Fair score, I'd say. Fair score.
Yeah. When it first came out, it was like a light 7. So now it's more towards an 8 nowadays. But,
I'm glad to hear it.
yes. Okay. Overall thoughts. Laufey is one of the most unique pop artists right now, I would say. While she wears her influences pretty heavily on her sleeve, I don't think there's anyone else out there right now who is mixing this level of classical and jazz composition into their mainstream pop writing, aside from maybe Rosalia with Lux, but that's a recent development. The mix of jazz, classical, and pop all feel like genuine influences on Laufey, and the fact that she blends them so seamlessly is honestly like auditory candy to me. When it's working. I haven't pointed it out specifically on all of the albums, but her rich vocals are another key component. Hold on, I lost my spot. Her rich vocals are another key component to her sound that I absolutely adore. Like we were talking about earlier, her lower tone is gorgeous, but also her lighter, like falsetto vocals are always stand out to me. Like she just sounds great across the board. And she's a very gifted musician, making music that feels very authentic to herself. So of course I'm going to dig it in any way, shape, or form, because I like when all artists make things that are very true to themselves. As for her future, I do hope she continues to experiment with her sound, but I also hope she strays maybe a little bit away from trying to sound like someone else, if that makes sense. I think that's the biggest issue, quote unquote, I have with her direction since blowing up with From the Start. And I'd like to see her personality shine through in the tracks a little bit more. Also, I do think her writing could maybe be touched up a little bit as well. It could be a little samey and surface level at points. There's very few songs of hers where like the lyrics capture me more than anything else in the mix. And I'd like to hear more stuff like Goddess or Promise in the future. I've been critiquing a lot, but it's because I think Laufey has a winning formula. I really love Bewitched, and I think she has potential to top it multiple times over in the future with more projects. So, I really enjoy her as an artist.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
My overall thoughts, I say Laufey is a fantastic artist that really succeeds in transporting you back in time through her sultry voice and stylistic choices, while also being very modern and relatable through her lyrics.
Yes.
I can see an argument for her music feeling too samey from track to track, but really she's playing to her strengths, and she's a real heavyweight in the trad pop department. I'd love to see her play with other genres and styles in the future, but honestly, I'll listen to whatever she puts out, especially if she continues to sound the way she does, because damn. But with only 3 albums, Laufey still has a lot to offer in the future, but I'm excited to see and watch her career as it flourishes down the line.
I agree.
Yeah. But my album ranking, I had Bewitched up top, and then A Matter of Time, and then Everything I Know About Love for an overall score of a decent 8.
And I had the same ranking, Bewitched, A Matter of Time, and Everything I Know About Love. And overall, I gave her a light 8, with a lot of room to grow. Yes. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, Laufey is great. I would really recommend pretty much any of her albums. I mean, we love Bewitched a lot, but I also see why people enjoy A Matter of Time so much too. So
yeah,
I would recommend one of those two to start off with, but
for sure.
Yeah,
but definitely if you're just gonna check out a couple of just tracks by themselves, I definitely recommend Promise. From the Start is a fun poppy one. I'm sure you've heard in places, but and and if you like From the Start, I'm sure you'll like a lot of the stuff off of A Matter of Time. But you know, especially Promise. Go check out that song because it is so good.
And shout out to Goddess as well, because
Yes.
that's one that was in the deluxe version of Bewitched. But that's also a really great track. That has also grown on me a lot. I remember I was a little disappointed at that one when it first came out, but yeah.
All right. Well,
Cool.
That's a wrap on Artist Analysis for the year.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. We've done a lot of these at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, super cool. I don't know if you got nothing else to talk about, we can probably head into Song of the Week if you're ready.
I think we're all good. I need to go listen to that BB No Money concert. So
yeah,
I need to get out of here. But yeah, I was looking in the playlist. There's actually less Laufey in our playlist than I thought there would be. I thought for sure there'd be like at least 4 songs there, but there's only been a couple. So I'm a little shocked by that.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that I'm choosing to highlight, it's one that we kind of talked about a little bit in our car ride to Vince's. But it's a song that's grown on me a lot this year. It was the lead single to A Matter of Time. And I just really fucking love Laufey's vocals on this one. So I'm just going to go with Silver Lining by Laufey.
The silver linings, I'll be there with you.
All right, so that was Silver Lining by Laufey. What'd you think of that, Colin?
I absolutely love that track. That's since it was released, I really dug that one. I love a lot of her vocal inflection on that one, and the way it just kind of, you know, it sways back and forth like a you know, like a dance with this person that she's singing about. But yeah, I don't know, I like the lyrics on this one a lot. It's very fun, and you know, just yeah, I don't know what to say. I just really like it, and I was gonna I had to think of a separate track because I figured you might pick this one. So,
Yeah.
I have one prepared, but I was like, I gotta pick one just in case he chooses that one.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. This is a really great one. I remember liking this one when it came out, maybe not necessarily loving it, but it has definitely grown to a love level. I think this is one of her best choruses. Like it's super catchy, and her vocals are just so good. I think maybe what like changed my mind on this one was just singing along with it in the chorus. Like it's so fun. It's so fun to sing along with.
Yes.
And it's just a great vibe all the way through. The strings sound nice. Like I said, it's got that ballroom dance feel to it, but also, you know, personalized lyrics and kind of a fun different flavor for her. And no, I think it's a really standout track from the new album, and one that I've been loving as of late. So yeah. What was your backup plan?
Well, one of the other tracks off A Matter of Time that really, you know, that I liked before, but really stuck out to me just based on emotion in her singing was the song right after Silver Lining. So I'm going to go with Too Little Too Late by Laufey.
Because it's too little, way too late.
All right, that was Too Little Too Late by Laufey. What'd you think, Mike?
I think that's a good song. I'll be completely honest. That is one that I have some mixed emotions on from the new album. There's a lot of stuff I do really like about it. Like I like the lyrics on it quite a bit. I think the verses are really nice too. They had nice melodies, nice orchestration and stuff. I like the ending of it too, where it's kind of like a string quartet with her. It's pretty cool. I'm just not really huge on the chorus or the build up or whatever you want to call it of the track. I think it's, I don't know. I've always found it like really predictable, and it kind of doesn't really go anywhere too much. And like I wish the vocal melody did more things, but like I don't know. Like I said, I do like the lyrics, and I like kind of the emotional place it's coming from. But it's just, I don't know. I have some mixed thoughts on it, but I want to hear why you like it though, for sure.
Yeah, I think those are fair. That's a fair analysis of it. I don't know. The emotion in this one is what really captures me.
Yeah.
It's just the jealousy and the wanting to let it go of a past love, but truly not being able to, is just like, it's such a, it's such a, like a guttural thing, and it feels like this song is also very like Broadway-esque. I could see this being like a cut song for Eliza in Hamilton, like like it's very her-esque. If you've ever heard Hamilton, just the way that Laufey performs it here, it's very like I said, guttural. It's very emotional, and just it's just one of those that kind of put like a tear in my eye. I was like, wow, that's really powerful and sad, and I'm sure relatable to many people, but just I don't know, that one just like captured me for some reason. So
yeah, no, completely fair. Yeah, no, I totally get that. I think I'm slightly held back by being a little snobby, so you're winning in the end.
yes, finally. Yeah, it's just a couple good picks off a matter of time to bring Laufey up to 4 songs on that playlist. Which,
I'm really surprised we didn't have more of her in there.
Me too.
But
When I looked earlier today, I was like, oh, what can I pick? I'm sure there's plenty in there, and I was like, oh, okay, 2.
Yeah.
I a lot of room to pick whatever I may want.
Yeah.
But yeah. Very cool. Like I said, wrap on artist analysis for the year. A lot of good ones. And we'll see who wins that award at the Brokies later on.
Yeah, stay tuned.
But unless you have something else to say, I think we're good to wrap it up.
Yeah, I actually do have one more thing to say, and I'm going to sound bad for forgetting this, but I have an explanation. My brother got engaged this
congrats.
week. I forgot to write it down, but also he told me like pretty much right after the pod when we did it last Saturday. So I kind of forgot. I kind of forgot that I didn't already talk about it. But yes, congrats to him. They got engaged. He's been in a good relationship the last like year and a half or so. So they've
nice.
It definitely was one that's like, yeah, that makes sense. So yep, happy for him.
Congrats.
That'll be probably 26 or 27 at this point. But 2027 is what I'm saying. So I'll talk about that more when that happens, I suppose. Cool. But yes, congrats to him. Yeah, that's about it for me. But I guess I'm the one who does the wrapping up. So, transition. If you're listening on streaming services, thank you very much. We appreciate you, and we even love you to death. And you should give us a little 5 stars or the highest rating or whatever you can on your streaming service of choice. But you can see some more stuff over on our YouTube page. We're under the same name, BrokeN Bois, capital N Bois. And you can see our beautiful profile pictures, mine which has stayed stagnant since like fucking August or July or whatever. And Colin's got his Unas Honest there too. You can see my nice little duck swimming around, and Colin's cassette tape too. And you can see what that means by coming over to the YouTube page. But also, more importantly, on the YouTube page, we got links to a whole bunch of stuff in the description. Like we were talking about just right there, Song of the Week playlists. We got those right at the top. We got 3 down there. We got 1 for Colin, 1 for me, and 1 for both of us combined. Containing all the songs that we have done on this podcast journey every single week. In there, including, but not limited to, Too Little Too Late by Laufey and Silver Lining by Laufey, as well as a couple other songs. by Laufey.
Yes.
And a whole slew of other things too. I was just thinking while we were listening to the song that I think going from Black MIDI to Laufey is very
Yeah.
very unique in terms
I'd
of
say
our
so.
artist analysis.
I'd say so.
Two very similar artists. I want to see that collab.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. You should go check those out. We also got some links to some personal stuff down there. For me, I make music under the name of Plaintive. Released an EP this year. Hoping to get some stuff out next year to you too. Doing some stuff I'm excited about. But for now, you can see what's out on my Spotify. Apple Music is down there. I think maybe links to other stuff too. I don't remember. But you can go check those out. I would appreciate it. But I also have links to my Album of the Year page where I rate and review albums. I also have my YouTube down there where I do some piano cover stuff. Excuse me. I also have my Instagram and my TikTok, I think, that's inactive, but, well, kind of inactive. I don't know.
It's there once in a while. When you post
every
a new cover, it's there.
Yeah, I'll pop in there when I post something. Yeah, that's about it. And my relation to you, dear viewer. Let's see. It's crazy how long we have done this. I think probably for over half the podcast, and yeah, I'm still blindsided by it every time I think about it.
I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back and look to see where the Cage the Elephant artist analysis was. But it's a while ago at this point. So
yeah, I feel like I remember seeing it, and it was over half of the episodes ago. So like, but it's crazy to me that I'd never even consider this until we get to this point. Like I could have been thinking about it during Song of the Week or something. I don't know. Anyways, my relation to you, dear viewer, well, okay, let's see. Was it last week that I jumped out of the snow at them?
Yes. The week before that and the week before that, you brought olives and pickles to get-togethers / Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So.
One's a Thanksgiving, one was a Friendsgiving, I think is what we put into the canon there. You know what? I saw those Kill Bill movies, and Uma Thurman looked dope as fuck in that movie, and I was very inspired by it. And also I love Trench by 21 Pilots. So I'm in a yellow jumpsuit, on a motorcycle, yellow motorcycle, katana on my back, driving around like I'm in Fortnite Season 7.
Wow.
And I'm driving right behind you, dear viewer, looking cool as fuck, on my way to maybe kill 88 Japanese men. Who are trying to kill me, to be clear.
Yeah.
To be brutally clear here.
This isn't a hate crime. This is a revenge story. I promise.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's me. And I'm looking dope as fuck. But I'm right behind you, stuck at a traffic light. Dear viewer. And that's me this week. And Colin over here, he runs our socials. He runs our Twitter page where he will update when videos are posted and update anything else that needs to be updated. And he also runs our TikTok page as well as our Instagram page where he posts funny clips of us being silly little dudes and saying funny stuff. So just go check out those for sure. Give him some love and support. But he also deserves love and support in his personal life. So you can see his personal life on his Album of the Year page.
I use it as a blog, really. I don't review albums. I just post chapters of my life under albums that really coincide with how I'm feeling that week. So go and check out my life story for the past few years.
Just really in-depth like family drama, and then just at the end like, Oh yeah, the album's pretty cool too.
And this is why American Idiot by Green Day related to my life this week.
Neo Theater by AJR did not help this week.
It got the bullet 1 inch closer to my head. I'll say that.
But yes, you can go check out his album of the year page. But he also has a letterbox as well, where he rates and reviews movies. Maybe a new review for the Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, you can go check out my little review for Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
JJK.
JJK
go.
0.
Go check that out. And Colin, what is your relation to our dear viewer?
Well, when you say you're on your way to kill 88 Japanese men, by that you meant we're going to a convention. All three of us are on the road to a convention.
Okay.
A Kill Bill convention, and we're all me, you, and our dear viewer are all arriving at the same time in separate vehicles. But we're all gonna, we're not technically going together, but it's just gonna be happenstance as we walk out of our vehicles. But what's not a great coincidence is the fact that we're all wearing the same thing. We're all wearing the same goddamn thing, and it's just it's gonna ruin the whole experience. And while we're wearing the same thing, and maybe the other thousands of people here are also wearing the same thing because that's the most iconic outfit from Kill Bill, it still just like ruins the mood a little bit, But you're really killing it with the yellow motorcycle, so you kind of win.
I put the money into it. Yeah.
Yeah, but after we finish killing 88 Japanese men each, we're gonna leave the convention covered in blood and guts, and we're just gonna have a moment of silence and solace in the fact that we got to do this, and had a great time while doing so. And before we all go our separate ways, we're gonna get in this big good embrace with me in front of our dear viewer, Mike behind them, and our dear viewer right in the middle, as we give a big old group hug, and I look over our dear viewer's shoulder right into Mike's bloodshot eyes with guts dripping down from his beautiful blonde hair, because he wore the wig too, and I'm looking over our dear viewer's shoulder, and I'm just I'm so happy with what we accomplished today in killing these 88 Japanese men that were definitely...
Once again, they were trying to kill us,
and it was not a hate crime, and we would never senselessly murder 88 Japanese men for no reason. It's revenge, I promise.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna smile and give Mike a big old fucking bloody smooch on the bloody mouth, and we're gonna and that's what we like to call this embrace, is what we like to call a love cage. And if you would like your very own love cage, all you gotta do, dear viewer, is drop your address in the comments below. We will find you. You won't know when, you won't know where, but we will find you and give you your very own love cage. So drop that addy.
Damn straight.
And that was this is the end of that whole bloody affair. So
wow, that was great.
Thanks, man.
I was trying to come up with something, but you did it.
Yeah, I did. And come back next week.
You did that shit.
I did. And I got that dog in me, like I said, at the beginning of the episode. Yeah. So come back next week where we have a fun, I'm sure we'll have a fun little Christmas themed thing going on.
Yes.
For our Christmas episode before we hop into the other fun stuff for the end of the year. So come on back next week. We'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.